Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M41 HMC. It's the Tier 5 American SPG. It's located on the southwest spawn of Live Oaks, and it's under the command of Guppy1974, and we saw him recently in the M12. Game on. Well, just like in the M12, he's got a 155mm howitzer, but it's on a much smaller bed because, of course, the chassis for the M41 is in actual fact a chaffee. Now, he's capable of doing 500 alpha, 38mm pen, 6.7 meters on the burst radius. This Arty was known as the Gorilla. That was the actual name they gave to it, although most people just know it's the M41. Okay, he's ready to go. Dialing in. It takes a little while to dial in, even with the gun lane drive. And he's found the target, a Churchill 1. Lines up ahead of its track, and it goes long. So, unfortunately, I don't think he did any damage at all there. The standard reload for this Arty is 23.97, and his reload is 27.8, so he's got 25.02. Yes, they revised the reloading times on this Arty some while back, and I'm still using the old sheet. Oh, he just wiped out the issue 122A in the enemy on the railway tracks there. In fact, he got a blind kill on the guy. So it must have been a direct hit on the SU-122. It does take so long to dial in. It's very difficult. Until you get a really good crew, it's really difficult to try and get good damage. Fires in and looks away immediately, but he did get some stun assists off the A43. Now this Arty does have a reasonable turn of speed. It can actually do 56.3 kilometers an hour. Well, that's mainly down to the fact, of course, it is a chaffee chassis, and chassis are relatively quick. Only weighs 21 tons in total. And we just lost, or the enemy just lost their Type T-34. Now, this is a target that is actually sitting there, sitting still, the ARL-44. And we managed to get some stun on him, and he got the stun assist, which means now he's got the communications expert working for him. Yes, this vehicle only has 300 health, so you only have to do at least 300 in order to get the communications expert working. Enemy Gorilla is in sight. Now, if he can get this guy, he would actually get the counter battery. But the guy's moving, and he fires the round in, and, well, he narrowly missed it. Only one hit point left on the Gorilla, which probably means that guy's going to get wiped out by one of our teammates the moment he spots him. It's a really easy kill. Unfortunately, our Tiger 131 was just an easy kill for their Panzer IV Ausführung H. And we're loaded now. But we can't see that Gorilla, so we can't fire at him. He fires the round in anyway. And looks away immediately. We discourage people to do that because we want to actually see the results of the shell. Goes into the very back of the map now. The thing is, at the moment, they seem to have most of the territory, so he really doesn't have to hide, and getting closer to the enemy would actually be a help. Now, the arc of fire is 20.5 degrees to the left and 17 to the right. It's 37.5 degrees in total. Now, he thinks that the enemy is sitting there on that spot. He fires around in blind. If there was somebody there, he might have done some damage, but we can't be certain. That's behind that spotting bush, you know, the tree rather, that enables you to spot the enemy. Almost reloaded again, and an SU-85's appeared. And before you can get a shot off, the SU-85's gone as well. And we just saw a tracer from the enemy Arty. And the VK's gone down. Well, we're 2 up on the enemy at the moment. And there's the Churchill 1. Now, can we line around in on him? Again, he looked away after shooting, which means we don't know what damage he did. It's very important to watch the shell because it is a hit, because of course, if it is, then it will disappear without an explosion. And of course, that's important information to actually have. The VK3001P, who's a one-shot, he fires around it, he's done it again. Now, we do give people a warning. If you keep doing this, you keep looking away after you shoot, we won't do your replay. So be aware, Guppy, that you're on warning notice now. And there's the enemy Arty firing in this general direction. And in fact, actually, he's fired at our Griller, who's still in the cap area. Now, we're looking for where that VK was. They've just lost their Griller, so yes, our Stug Fear found him, and he's out the game. So no chance for counter battery now. But there's the VK3001P. He fires, and he does it again.
That was close.
Well, the VK goes down, and he's actually taken out by the T-78. Panzer IV Ausführung H moved up to the buildings for cover, but that's not going to protect him from an RT shell. Rounds out. And he does pick up 206 hit points, and that time round we did see it. And he goes down, so we got the stun assist. There's only 4 enemies remaining now. Most of them gathered around their cap area. They're also fairly low on hit points, so they've been pretty much beaten up by our team. Although our team are not keen to actually rush in on the enemy. Looks like the A43 is trying to escape. He's trying to get away. Fire around in blind. Well, not blind, but it's a snapshot. Now he needs to get out of there because the A43, if he does decide to come south... Oh, no, he's gone. Okay, so he's not headed this way, and there's only 3 left on the enemy team, so he could actually move closer if he wanted to, and that would actually help a great deal. And now we've got the Wolverine. He's a one-shot. He's gone. Leaves just the Achilles and the Hellcat left on the enemy team. And they're right at the back of the map. There we go. And he's at maximum range, the Achilles. He fires snap again. But the shell lands near him for 74, so he got the stun, and he's getting assist. And the Achilles goes down. Just the Hellcat left to kill. There's the Hellcat. Managed to get our Skoda T25, but now he's a one-shot, and we're loaded, so we can put a round in, see if we can kill him. Long flight time, and yes, he does get the kill. Last kill of the game, and that wins it. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first ace tank of a Guppy1974 in the M41 HMC. You can tell it's his first ace because you've got scrolls underneath that M, and you only get that the first time. You also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 10, And he also got a Confederate medal hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. He also got a win rate of 1,273, which is good, but not great. He actually earned a lot more assists in this game than he did actual damage. And we can see that now because the top scorer in the game turned out to be the T78, who got a high caliber for 2,527 hit points. Second highest damage was the Hellcat on the enemy team, 1,911. And the third highest damage turned out to be their Achilles with 1,552. We can see Guppy got 726, which puts him way down the table. He was beaten by 4 members of the enemy team and 5 members of his own team, which puts him 10th place when it comes to damage. When it came to kills, though, he was actually near the top because the T78 managed to get 5, the Skoda T25 got 4, and then we've got 2 kills for Guppy and also for the VK3001P on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, he's in 3rd place because the T78 managed 1,145, the only player to get over 1,000 base. 787 went to the Skoda T25 and 705 went to Guppy. The KV85 picked up a steel wall and the Leopard got a patrol duty in that game. He fired 14 rounds. Now, you do get a fair amount of ammunition, 27 rounds in total, so he didn't really push himself on his ammo. He got 1 direct hit, 1 penetrating shot. That was the SU-122, I suspect. We'll just check that, make sure. Yes, it did. Shell went right through the guy. It was a very accurate shot. He also got 11 splashes during that game, 726 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 2 of them, and got 766 hit points of stun assist of 10 stuns, so only just qualified for the Confederate. On a premium count, he actually made 23,371 credits profit from the game, and he also got 2,115 experience points out of it as well. Yes, he really does need to be careful not to look away after he shoots, because we need to see what happens to the shell to see how close it is to the target when it impacts. If you accidentally do it, I can understand that because that's happened to me as well, where I've actually pressed the button too hard and it took me out of the aim view. But please, if you are playing Arty, we like to see what happens to the shots, to see if you did actually hit an enemy tank, but there was no damage recorded because it was a blind hit at the time. That does happen a lot of the time. Hope you enjoyed this replay. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.